Previously on VGC6.
Nick Fieldy overcame Team Bambi Slayer by punching them out one at a time, and the three-man team had no trouble securing the first and second placement in this event.
Alright, so here's game number 5. We got Modern Warfare 2. We're playing free-for-all on Scrapyard. It is going to be a first to 20, because you can't go to 15 in this game. And it's going to be a 5-minute limit, I believe. And right now, what their competitors are doing, Chris is in the top left, Veda's in the top right, Vince bottom left, and Nick bottom right. They're just adjusting sensitivities, figuring out where they are. And what's interesting to note about this is Nick of Team Cream Dream used to play this competitively on Xbox along with Trevor. However, it is a lot different on split screen. We're using default classes, and the highest you can go sensitivity wise is high, which is a 4. And they used to play on 10 sensitivity, so it's going to be a lot different looking around. Your reaction time is going to be different. It's just a lot of variables, so it's not going to be quite the same.
All right, and Nick Veda does play this game on PlayStation, so he does have a slight advantage. Vince also is very good at first-person shooters, so he has an advantage as well.
Chris is also a primarily COD player as well when he plays first-person shooters. And he actually plays this game quite often, even to today. And he's been playing every COD since Modern Warfare 2. This was his first one he played. So, I mean, we got a pretty even field here. I mean, anything can happen. So we just have to see what's going on. You see Chris with a drop shot there. Using the UMP.
Chris and Vince tied for first. Nick in last with Veda right now.
Veda with the LMG class, using the L86 red dot. He's the only one using that right now. And you have Nick with the FAMAS. That's a smart choice. And then Chris and Vince still using the UMP combo. And we see we actually have kill streaks on right now.
And
it's
we
the
see
default 3, 4,
Vince
5.
moving into first. Veda tied for first. Nick Fieldy still in last, however.
That's interesting to note because he used to play this competitively. You would think that he would be putting up a little bit of a fight, but he's still in it. You never know what could happen here.
Yes, just like in Halo, Nick has moved on to PC games, so moving on to consoles, especially ones from PlayStation that he's not used to, is probably very difficult for him.
That is very true. Just the slight differences even in the controller. We actually see a counter UAV in the air. That is from the care package. So that could actually be very beneficial to Vince, who called it in, because radar is on.
But we do see Chris still in first, Vince in second, Nick still 100 points in last, Veda catching up, 300 points now, 350. It looks like a three-way tie for first.
This is a very tight field, minus Nick Fieldy. And it looks like Vince just takes the lead there, taking out a nice long-range UMP. That was actually a very good kill. And he picks up another kill here, so he is going to jump out into the lead pretty far. He's on a 3. He is controlling this area extremely well, has the high ground. He's on a 4 kill streak. This is a very nice play by Vince.
And this is very good for Vince's team because they are first overall. So if Vince can get in the final, that helps them a lot in the long run.
Vince just helped out there, actually. A guy just died who was coming to kill him. He's still on a kill streak here. And he gets finally taken out in the corner there.
And we see Veda moving up into second, only 50 points behind Vince. Nick, though, Nick Fieldy, bottom right, still 100
Chris on
points.
a kill streak, up at 500 points to Vince's 550.
Chris gets taken out by Veda.
Veda now at 550.
Veda tied with Vince for
first. It's a very tight field.
Nick Fieldy still trying to find someone.
Nick just takes the lead. Nick Veda moving up in the first place. It's a very tight game at the moment. Chris definitely checking his radar right there, picking up a kill that would have flanked him. He's at 600 points.
And we see Chris and Veda tied for first. Veda taking out an RPG, it looks like.
And picking up a kill with it, hitting the truck, getting the car bomb. That was well played there, using the environment to his advantage.
Veda getting taken out, though.
Chris at 650, Veda at 650, Vince at 600, and Nick at 200.
Nick picking up a kill, but getting taken out. Looks like Chris will move into first.
Chris at 700 points at the moment.
Vince getting a kill.
He's getting attacked from behind. He cannot
Veda
get away.
catching up, tying for first. Nick Fieldy still 200 points.
So far, we have not seen many gun changes since the start. They have been using the same exact guns. You would think that you'd see a switch in strategy a little bit. And we're actually might see that here from Chris. He brings out the FAMAS class along with Nick Violi at the bottom. He's got the noob tubes out. It seems like the competitors have forgotten that the noob tubes are in this game. They were very overpowered in this game, and they have them on the default class.
You got to do whatever you can to win.
That is true. It looks like Chris is not going to bring out the grenade launcher this time. The FAMAS is more of a long-range weapon. It is a 3-burst. It does a high amount of damage. The class does have stopping power on, so if you hit him with all 3 in the burst, it is a kill. You can see Chris exemplifying that there.
And we see Nick Veda taking a little bit of a lead in first. Chris 50 points behind.
Veda is 2 kills away. Chris is 3 kills away from the win.
And again, this is just Heat 1, so top 2 will advance into the Final A.
Chris is at 950. Veda at 900.
Vince is going to have to do a lot of work to catch up.
Chris bringing out the grenade launcher.
Think about making it into the final.
Chris hit markers the grenade launcher. Can he get off a second shot? He does, misses. Veda at 950 as well.
All right.
And Chris picks up the kill. Vince will not make it. It's going to be Chris and Veda moving on. Vince and Nick in the losers bracket.
All right, and now we move on to Heat 2.
So we can see Zach picks the UMP. Yes. You got Trevor with the LMG. Got Max with the UMP, and Steve is with the UMP, it looks like. He's just searching for all of his settings that he would like. You have Trevor, who kind of backs off there. And then finishes
Trevor
off.
getting the first kill.
There we go. Trevor with the first kill.
And the second kill. And it looks like Zach's picking up a kill, moving into second.
He comes in when Trevor's injured and picks up the kill right there.
And we see Steve picking up a kill. Max in last place now.
Of course. But that's okay. Not seeing much action start off right at the beginning here. We got a little firefight with Steve going on. He picks up the headshot coming through the door.
Max now tied. Steve and Trevor tied. It looks like Zach is changing his sensitivity.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Steve flashbang still picks up the kill. That was a pretty nice kill there. And this is a much slower paced round than the last one.
Yes, it's very slow paced. We see Max picking up another kill. Tying for second. Zach in fourth. Steve in first.
Zach saw Steve coming.
Steve picks up another kill.
Steve down to just magnum ammo. He gets taken out by Max.
Max moving into second place.
Max actually not performing too bad.
Max tying for first place right now. This is Max's best performance probably for first-person shooters.
He has played Call of Duty in the past. He used to play with Chris, Stifler, and Max. He is not the worst, but he is by far not the best.
Max has been having some really good plays this event. His team has won a few games already. Max did get his first game win in this season, so maybe Max will have it come around.
Yeah, I mean, he is all the way up from Georgia, as mentioned before. He really wants to perform his best. I feel like if he was still in the area, he probably would not be taking this as seriously, but he has more to lose at this event.
Right. We see Max moving back into first. Steve and Trevor tied for second.
Max getting mowed down. Right now, we actually see a gun change from Zach moving with the FAMAS.
And we see Trevor moving up into first place.
Trevor's still the only one using an LMG. We saw Nick Veda using that last round. We'll see how that works out for him. It appears to be doing pretty well. The red dot sight really seems to help. Trevor trying to go for a drop shot there, it appeared like.
Trevor picking up one more kill. One more kill again from Trevor.
Streak here.
He is 4 kills above second place right now. And we see Zach starting to pick it up, tying for second.
Zach is right in this one. Zach is, as
Zach
said before,
moving into second place right now.
Zach is not great at first-person shooters, but he is giving this final a run. If he could just make the final and take 4th or 3rd, that is a very good performance for Zach.
Yes, we know. Zach wants to win this game because that will help him win the event. Zach has gone flawlessly every single event, winning every single time.
He does not want that to end here, especially at the start of Season 2. This is where all the stats are starting to be redone, reconfigured, so we're going to have to see how all the competitors... It really matters how you perform in this event for your stats for Season 2.
That is true. I know that Zach, even if he does not win, he still would like to be number 1 in stats, so he's going to play every game to the best of his ability.
Steve actually is utilizing the flashbangs and concussions that he has. He's really the only one doing that. We see other competitors throwing grenades, but he's actually stunning opponents and then shooting them. And Steve gets flanked right from the side there.
And we see Trevor getting another kill, maintaining his first place lead. Max and Zach are tied for 3rd right now, with Max picking up a kill.
This is actually a really close field.
Yeah, it's still anybody's game.
Zach right now in last place, but that does not mean much. Ever since Zach has switched to the FAMAS, he's been performing a lot better.
But we still see Trevor in 1st, Steve in 2nd. Placements haven't really changed this whole time.
That's very true. I mean, they're all staying about the same. Mm-hmm. The pace is at least picking up a little bit in this event here. It was definitely slow at the start.
And we see Zach moving in to 3rd place. Oh, and then Max getting a kill, moving back into 3rd.
Max performing extremely well.
Yes.
We did not expect to see this at all.
I think Max and Zach are performing way above what everyone thought they were going to perform at.
Got Steve with a wall bang right there, shooting right through that that little wall right there, picking up a kill in the back corner. We saw this is the corner where Vince performed extremely well in the last game, won on a 4 or 5 kill streak.
And Zach taking out Trevor, moving up into 2nd place.
Steve using the FAMAS's range to his advantage, staying in the back corner here.
Zach only 3 points behind 1st. Max also 3 points behind.
It is still a very tight field. What's interesting to see is how well Steve played in Halo, and we're seeing him here in Call of Duty performing pretty well as well. And Steve actually switches to the UMP class, getting a little more mobility. True. He's trying to switch it up so he can catch up to Trevor possibly.
Steve getting a kill. And
Steve
also
with
to note,
a double kill there.
Steve and Trevor are Xbox players, so playing on PlayStation is a little bit of a challenge for them.
Steve just picked up a quick 3 kills. It looks like his gun choice is paying off.
That is true. Steve moving into 1st place, I think for the first time this game.
The UMP is probably the best default weapon. It's either the UMP or FAMAS. It's interesting to see that Trevor... Oh, Steve is now way in the lead. He has made a huge comeback. He's on a 5 kill streak at least.
1 more kill and the game will be over. Can we see a comeback from Zach or Max?
And it's Painkiller from Trevor that prevents the win right there.
Max picking up a kill.
Zach is right behind. He's almost there.
Zach picking up a kill.
Zach only
Zach
2
needs
points
2 more
out.
points.
Make that 1 point out, but Steve picks up the kill.
Picks up a kill. Zach almost with a comeback, but Steve and Trevor will be moving on into the final. Max and Zach will be going to Final B.
Zach was coming back at the end there. I think if you would have given him a little more time, if Steve maybe would have stuck with the FAMAS, Zach would have been there. However, it was good gun choice by Steve to make the comeback. Alright, so now we move on to Final B. Up in the top left, we're going to have Max, as to be expected in the Final B. Then we have Nick Violi top right. He did not make a shooting final this event, which is very shocking. And then bottom left and bottom right, we have Zach and Vince respectively. And they're on a team, so we'll have to see if there's any team play involved. But at this point, it looks like they're going to take last overall in this event.
Alright, and it seems it's kind of odd that Nick is in this Final B because he is very good at shooting. He used to play this competitively on Xbox. So he should take over this final pretty well.
It just seemed to me that at first he was struggling with getting used to the sensitivity. He probably played higher back in the day, but for some reason on split screen in this game, it only allows you to go up to 4. And the fact that it is split screen, I mean, that's always different. I'm sure, you know, everyone watching can relate if you've played split screen. It's definitely not the same thing.
Alright, and it looks like the game has started. Vince is still getting some last minute adjustments.
Alright, and it looks like Nick should win this event. We're just going to have to see.
We see Max picking up the first kill.
Nick with the grenade launcher. That's the first grenade launcher kill we've seen this entire event. And right now we're off to a slow start already. We have Zach trying to go long range with the UMP, but that doesn't usually work out too well.
I think Zach's just trying to pick up anything he can get right now.
Max is just cornered by Zach right now. But can he pick up the kill? He gets grenaded by Zach.
It looks like Zach's going to pick up a kill. Vince yet to get a kill.
Vince looks like he is struggling a little bit right now.
We see Zach picking up a second kill. 3 people tied for first. Vince yet to get on the board.
Vince using the Magnum at long range. That's a strange tactic. Going for the knife, and he gets headshotted by Max.
Max back into first.
Max coming alive.
We see Vince trying to get some more long ranges, but it's not really working for him.
But it seems to be he's going for more of the mobility side with the Magnum. Or maybe he's just kind of accepted that him and Zach aren't really going to place well in this event. I can't really tell what his thinking is at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, obviously that gun is not working for him, so he should change his class.
Very true. Or at least just stick with the UMP. He's switching to his secondary, which it's a secondary weapon. It's like an emergency use.
And he still has not gotten a kill in final stand once again.
Nick just picking up a double kill there. Yeah, that was pretty nice. He's tied with Max for first place.
Yes, we see Max in first in a shooting game. We don't usually see that very often.
Zach is right there near first, but now we have Nick pulling ahead. Nick getting another double, quick succession. He's waiting around the corner for the third. He's using the radar to his advantage, but Vince finally picks up a kill with the Magnum. Taking out Nick.
And we see Nick Violdi in first. He really wants to win this final, so he and his teammate Trevor can try to get first or second in this game.
He has the grenade launcher out. He utilized it before to his advantage. We're going to have to see if it plays out in his favor again. And it does pick up a kill. This is the first person we've seen use the grenade launcher of the FAMAS. And a nice hipfire kill there. FAMAS has a tight burst. And he's picking up a lot of kills. Nick is starting to run through the competition. This is what we expected to see in the first heat.
It seems it took Nick a little longer than normal to learn how to play this game.
He's picking up a ton of kills.
Nick with 700 points. Vince
he's on
still at 1 kill.
Vince still only 1 kill, still using the Magnum.
Vince needs to pick up his game so him and his teammate Zach can do well in this final and try to get 3rd place overall.
Chris is in the top final with Max, but Max looks like if Vince could beat out Max, there was potential that Zach and there would be potential, but it looks like Vince is just going for the knife.
Yes. It seems Max and Nick are in the same position. Their teammates are both in the final, so whoever wins this final is kind of securing 2nd place overall.
It looks like Nick is just coming alive right now. He's looking very good.
Nick about to win.
He is about to win this. He's going for the straight up noob tube, going for some style points.
And we see Zach just barely edging out Max, getting back into 2nd place.
Gets the hit marker with the noob tube. He's going long range with the FAMAS. This could be the end here.
Max picking up another kill.
And he picks up the kill on Vince. That will be the end. Nick would win here. And then Zach. Yeah, Zach taking 2nd.
And we see Max in 3rd, and Vince taking last by a lot of points.
Only 2 kills overall, but now we move on to Final A. This could really mix up the standings.
Alright, and now we're on to Final A. We have Chris in the top left, Nick Veda in the top right, Steve bottom left, and Trevor on the bottom right. Steve and Veda are on a team, so they should take first overall in this game.
And this is actually a really tight field. It should be anyway. I mean, Chris and Veda are PS3 old school COD players. But then you have Steve, who's excellent at shooters, especially when it comes to Halo. We saw that before. Then Trevor used to play this game competitively on Xbox with Team Cream Dream. So it should be close. Everyone has experience with this game.
Alright, and we're seeing Steve right now switching some weapons. And he has not gotten a kill so far. It seems he's not really feeling it this round.
We have Veda and Steve both using the L86. We saw success with that earlier from Veda. So I was not surprised to see Veda using it. However, to see Steve, he's already making a class change right there. He's switching off to the UMP. Steve is just trying something new. But I wouldn't have tried something new that early in the round.
I agree. But we do see Chris going on a tear right now. 350 points, way above everyone else right at the start.
Chris is very comfortable with the FAMAS, the preset class even. The FAMAS is the only preset class that has stopping power, which gives bullets extra damage. So that's most likely why he's using it. It is also a fantastic long-range gun. So if he can keep his distance from competitors, he can definitely do some damage.
But we do see Veda starting to come up right now. Only a few points behind Chris.
We actually just saw Veda get a kill through telling that controller 1 is dying. That's actually a pretty good disadvantage for Veda. If that ever pops up for any other controllers, that actually blocks about half of Veda's screen. Veda with a rocket launcher, but Trevor actually gets the assisted suicide as well.
And
so
now we're starting to see Steve move up into 3rd place, getting some kills.
Steve definitely performing better with the UMP. That was a smart move. We see Veda actually utilizing the drop shot, definitely using tactical layout. That's what it seems like a lot of the competitors, I believe every competitor in this heat is using tactical, which means you can go prone using the right analog stick instead of hitting circle. It's a much better advantage. If you're shooting someone and you drop immediately to the ground, it is much harder to hit them.
That's very true. But we do see Veda catching up very slowly to Chris. Maybe he will overcome him.
Chris is simply looks like he's just using the radar to his advantage. He got a wallbang earlier through one of the planes, and he just got one there. So I feel like he's just shooting in the direction of the radar. But that comes at a sacrifice to his ammo. It looks like he's running out now. He's going to need to make a switch either to his secondary or to the grenade launcher, and it looks like it's going to be grenade launcher.
Right, and we do see Veda on a grenade launcher right now as well.
Wow, Trevor just gets direct impacted by Chris. Chris picking up 2 kills, and he also picks up a scavenger pack to get his 3rd grenade launcher. That is the second time
kill
that he has spawn trapped Veda.
Chris is 3 kills away from winning the whole thing.
Can he stay alive and get them all in this life? He's having a great performance so far.
Oh yes, he is, especially coming back from 0 ammo.
He now has full ammo.
He's only 2 kills away. We do see Trevor coming up on Veda. Maybe he'll pass him.
Chris is now 1 kill away. Picks up a UMP. He's got 16 bullets in it. He's throwing his grenades.
And we see Trevor 1 kill behind.
Steve goes in final stand, and someone steals the kill there, and Chris goes down from Veda.
And Veda's catching up a lot of points right now, but I don't think he'll be able to catch up and get first.
And Chris takes out Veda again in that back spawn for the win with the grenade launcher.